Hello everyone, it's Jessica here with another layout for the Peartree Cutfiles design team. Today I'm using an older file from November 2022 that just says October, but I really liked this file. It allows me to build on the October, so I am gonna roll with some ideas here. I went ahead and cut my cut file out twice. So I cut it once in a pattern paper from the Bella Boulevard Spell on You collection, and then I used the outline feature in Design Space with my Cricut software to create an outline or a shadowed effect to cut that out of some black textured cardstock. Now this moon that you're seeing here, Peartree actually has a cut file that has a moon like this on it with a haunted house, but I actually had one laying here in my Halloween bin that was already cut out, and it was literally the perfect size for this. I think this particular one just came from my Cricut software. It was a file that I either already had or it was free, but either way it was free whenever I cut it. So I just grabbed that and I distressed the edges of it. I've got my photo here. These are my sister's boys from a couple years back from Halloween one year, and I'm just matting that with some smooth cardstock and then with some of my favorite 49 and Market white and black striped paper, which is basically sold out everywhere, but it's my favorite paper and I've been using it a lot. I've got some Versamark ink here that I'm pulling out now in my little paint by number stamp set by Tim Holtz. I'm just going to stamp the 31 for October 31 for my date. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to do some heat embossing on it here. So I've just stamped it in some Versamark ink and then sprinkled some sparkly black embossing powder on top of that. And then I'm just heating up my heat gun here and I'm going to apply that to my numbers that I have stamped with the powder on top. And I like to go in from underneath so it doesn't blow off any of that I need on there. So I usually heat emboss from underside. And then I'm just cutting them out with my little scissors here. Super easy and fun, and I love how these letters came out. They're distressed. They're exactly the way that I wanted them to look, and they were just perfect with that extra little pop of embossing powder on there, and I love them. So that's going to be the bottom of my layout. That's pretty much how my layout's going to roll. I have some splatters in my background using some Shimmerz paints, and I think the one's called a pumpkin color, and then the other one's a black. So I've got two of those on there. I just alternated those splatters just kind of down the page and where I knew all of my elements were going to lay. And that's how I'm going to line this up. I'm just grabbing some embroidery floss now that's a black and white stripe because I wanted to make it look like this little spider is kind of crawling down my page. So I'm just going to anchor this to the back. It actually would have looked super cute too if I would have left that loose and kind of like a little trail that wasn't quite straight and just kind of all funky and on there, but I just left it straight in the end and it looks fine. So I've got my cut file here. I'm actually going to pop up all of these letters and this October file. So it's popped up for some dimension off of my page. And I'm going to add a couple embellishments out around it and kind of tuck them in maybe behind it. So I wanted to give these a little pop of dimension with some 3D foam tape. I like the 3D squares and 3D foam tape by Gina K from Thermoweb. That's usually where I get mine, but any 3D foam tape will work. I just like these little shaker strips because they're already pretty thin and they're easy to just cut them apart. I fast forwarded that a little bit there, but I just peeled the backings off of all of them. I'm going to go ahead and stick these down to my page and get the backings peeled off of my numbers here. Again, these are the Tim Holtz ones. I almost stuck my 1 down first, and then I realized, oh, nope, the 3 goes before the 1. Hello. So I've got that stuck down now. I was debating using that little chipboard ghost, but I opted not to use it in the end. This is another part of the Spell on You collection by Bella, and I'm just using this little scallop border here. That's one of my favorite things to do against my photos, so I'm just going to tuck that along the side. And I want to use half of this little tab too at the top of my photo, so it has a little bit of interest up there, and I liked this all dressed up little wordy bit, so I'm going to put that above my title just for that little pop of blue. And I love this little cat with the pumpkin. I think that's just adorable, and it looks super cute on that layout. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck that down there, and then these bats at the very top. And then I'm just basically going to finish embellishing this. I'm going to do some stamping with a couple stamps from my stash here and just use some black ink and I'm going to add a few more embellishments, trying to balance out this side so it has something over here since the other side has something. And then at the end, I decided it still looked like it was lacking something or missing something. So I decided to use some border strips on the left and right sides and just add a little pop of color or a little pop of something on both edges. So you'll see that come in here at the end. And I'm going to pop some music in here for now while I finish this one up. If you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you like this layout. If you're a fan of Halloween, I want to know. My boys, they have never been into Halloween, and we've never really done much with Halloween, but we kind of got sucked into it last year for the first time because he was in kindergarten. So there was some Halloween events that we participated in. So I'm actually getting kind of excited about it for this year, just to see what they want to do. So let me know all the Halloween things, what you guys are up to in the comments below, and if your kids dress up or not, what are they going to be this Halloween? So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you and look forward to reading all those comments. I will pop some music in here now, but I will stop in at the end of this video and show you how this turned out. So here is how this one turned out. I love how this came together. I'm super excited to give this to my sister for her scrapbook. So if you guys want to know anything that I've used, I will pop that down in the description below, and you can grab that cut file at the link as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for being here. Bye-bye.